You and I Are Polar Opposites opens with something most romance anime save for much later. And somehow, instead of killing the tension, it reveals exactly why this relationship works. The visuals are eclectic and interesting, the music is bouncy and fun, but its main draw definitely comes down to its characters. First, I don't know how you could describe Suzuki as anything but lovable. We're instantly hit with an interesting juxtaposition of chatty gyaru overlaid atop an insecure mess. It's the first time I've personally seen such a dichotomy between someone's cheerful, extroverted, outward personality and nervous, uncertain internal disposition. Other notable gyarus like Marin and Momo have their skittish moments for sure, but Suzuki is the first one I've seen that seems to actively put up a competent social front, but from which she then needs to recharge from. Of course, you can't have a romance with just one character, and although we haven't seen much of Tani so far, I think the show has set him up as a capable love interest. Rather than some self-insert loner type who's praised for doing the bare minimum, I think we get a real sense of the unique traits that draw Suzuki to him. He's blunt and not afraid to speak his mind, seems to be authentically himself no matter the group, and plans out his behaviors intentionally. You could almost say him and her are polar opposites. But of course what really sells the show is that, spoiler alert, we get the rare episode 1 confession. And despite being so early on, I think we can already see many of the building blocks that make a relationship a success. Frankly, it comes down to birds. John Gottman is a psychologist and relationship scientist whose research explores the concept of bids. In what's often called the love lab, he observed couples interacting over time, and later revisited them to see what relationships flourished and which fell apart. And a pattern emerged. Couples that flourished weren't afraid to be vulnerable towards one another, even in the smallest of ways. We see that Suzuki has a habit of running her mouth to fill silence, or even spontaneously launching into awkward bits when she doesn't know what to do. Each of these is what Gottman would call a bid, a fundamental unit of emotional connection. It's a little extension of the hand saying, "I want to connect with you. What do you say?" And how your partner responds to your bids marks the foundation of your relationship. The main drama of the first episode revolves around a bid. Tani takes an assertive chance and holds her hand. At first it seems like she has turned towards the bid and reciprocated, until later when it seems like she's actually rejected it. This uncertainty and mixed messaging kills relationships. Thankfully, and to the show's tremendous credit, Suzuki realizes this, rushes to Tani's side, and clearly communicates her true feelings. Bravo! We often say opposites attract, and it's clear from the show's title that this is the entire gimmick. But rather than easy framework, I think You and I Are Polar Opposites has expertly set up a compelling relationship. Suzuki clearly thinks that Tani is everything she isn't. She incessantly worries about how she comes across to others, and anxiously overthinks every little interaction. She thinks all she does is bother him. But Tani's response to her? About his own brand of being a pathetic human being. Hints that he might need her just as much. What Sei Hantai has shown so far is that romance is not only big sweeping proclamations of love. It can be as simple as being interested in what your partner has to say. Even something as small as, "Honey, I saw a bird today." Thanks for watching. I know that a video after one episode is a little premature, but I really do think the show deserves it. Suzuki has such a charm to her, someone who can't hide their reactions and has to deal with the consequences. I see a lot of myself in the way both of them reach out, and the fear that comes of not knowing how that reach will be received. The show also offers an important lesson for maintaining relationships, both romantic and platonic. Bid early, bid often, and try turning towards rather than away. If you liked the video, please click the like button and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to support me further, you can donate to my Patreon. Special thanks to Lee Shin, Awning Stuck, Rock'em Sock'em, Infinite Teak, Cat Wismer, Penguin Venger, Brosef Pena, Ishbal Kittens, and Billiam for their support. And of course, if anything I said was wrong, I'm sorry. I must have stuttered.